You're texting women like you're applying for a job on LinkedIn, and it's absolutely killing you. Here's what you have to understand when you match with a woman on the dating apps. She's essentially already hired you. So you need to exit this interview mode where you're still trying to prove to her that you're worthy of the match, and ultimately you're worthy of taking her out on dates, showing her a good time, and eventually, hopefully, moving in to a relationship. This is a huge mindset shift that you need to make, and trust me guys, I am not lecturing you. I was in the same position not very long ago, and it was the mindset shift I needed to make in order to actually start having success with the text communication, because I was the guy going out there having what it takes to cold approach in broad daylight, saying hello, what's up, how's it going? And I would say probably 70 to 80% of those interactions were positive, and yet still somehow I would fumble with the opening text. I was still in interview mode, and it wasn't until I started using the Guy app, which was, a long development process through me and my co-founder developing that. It wasn't until I started implementing the lessons I'm going to talk about in this brief video that I actually saw probably triple the response rates from text. So that's what you have to understand. You're in this applicant mode, still applying for the job. Act as if you're hired and you're the CEO. Now, one thing I need to explain to you is that I think a lot of you guys are struggling with the text communication, even though you've got a really good career, you're in shape, you have solid hobbies, you have fun friends, all that type of stuff. You're probably still struggling because I guarantee you if you open up your Hinge or God forbid your Tinder, that a lot of your conversations are probably logical information exchange. Like, oh hey, I saw on your bio that you like sushi. What's your favorite spot in town? Now listen, that is how you should be, or that is how you will make guy friends, right? Like logical information-based exchanges. But with women, you need to flirt with them, and that is what the Guy app is helping our customers do. And it's really just helping you get out of your own way. What you need to understand when it comes to flirting, and I think a lot of this just does not come naturally to men, especially over text, where you can just overthink things so easily. However, with women, I do think it becomes very natural. It's very ingrained in their communication styles with the way they talk to their girlfriends. So that is what the Guy app is helping you do. It's helping you flirt over text. Now, let me actually give you an example here, because at the end of the day, you guys need to see this in action. So I asked the Guy app, link in the bio, link in the description, I should say, to give me 3 openers for a woman who is, I'm very nervous to text because she's a 10 out of 10, let's say. Here are 3 openers it gave me, and then it's going to let me pick one ultimately. So it says, I need you to know upfront that I cry after and sometimes during, and there is nothing either of us can do about it. Number 2, I have a court date on Thursday because of a woman who looks exactly like you, so either this is a coincidence or you changed your hair. Number 3, I just got cleared by my doctor to start talking to women again, and you are already testing the limits of that permission. Now, I know what you're saying, because I was saying the exact same thing not very long ago. You think this is insane. It probably is. But that's exactly why it's going to work, because every other guy who matches with her is going to be sending boring homework style openers that it's going to take a ton of brain work on her end to engage with. Again, boring, logical information exchange. Guys, it's a dating app. It's not LinkedIn. You are there to have fun. So start having fun. Throwing these types of grenades into the chat is how you start having fun. And one, if she doesn't react well, then you're filtering for sense of humor. So if she doesn't think this is funny, she's probably not going to be that fun to chill with. So you don't want to be hanging out with her necessarily anyway. Number 2, yes, it's insane, sure. Yes, it's absurd. Yes, it's ridiculous. That's the point. And also part of the point is that no other guy is going to be sending anything like this. So that's exactly why you should be sending it, because that's how you stand out in her inbox. And let's be real, guys, if she's very attractive, she's probably getting literally anywhere between 30 to maybe even 50 matches per day if she lives in a big city. So you got to go absurd or go home, quite frankly, if you ask me. And so yeah, like I said, the only way, now again, if we were to go back and it was me This is exactly how my co-founder, this is how the app came to be. My co-founder would suggest ridiculous lines like this because I, despite having a really solid entrepreneurial career, being in good shape, having good friends, having fun hobbies, I was still regularly getting ghosted. And we've seen with our customers, whether they're doctors or lawyers, they were still getting regularly ghosted, even though they were also had everything I talked about and were very attractive. It wasn't until they made this mindset shift that they actually started getting results. Honestly, sometimes they would reopen the chat where they had already been ghosted with something ridiculous like this, and then they would actually have a conversation start. But you have to understand is, you should be scared to send it. If you're not scared to send it, it's probably not a good line, actually. And the only way I started sending these types of lines was when my co-founder literally would steal my phone, run away, type it out, and send it, and there was nothing I could do. And the first couple times this happened, I was mad at him, sure. But then I also got like a super fun, flirty response back. And then over time, once you start getting results, that's how you can make the mindset shift. So you have to know is that every polished text you send is essentially reopening the sale. It's just like, you know, so many guys we've seen they'll set date plans with a girl, say like Friday night, and then they'll text like Friday morning like, hey, really looking forward to tonight, are we still on? That's the type of energy you're sending with your openers, because that type of text, the are we still on text, communicates like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you don't want to cancel? And it kind of implies that this regularly happens to you. So don't reopen the sale. Don't reopen the job interview because you've already been hired once you match. And what you'll understand over time is that when you send messages like this that are not polished, you know, every text you send should be like it's the first thing that popped into your head and you just typed it out, sent it, and then went about your day. What you'll start to understand with messages like this is that you're communicating that you have options, that you are confident, that you have a fun life, that you don't need to impress her, but you're not saying it. And when you are just communicating this via like an energy-like way, that is what is going to be very attractive. That is what's going to help you stand out on the apps. And that is what is going to help you finally start having success. The same way you have success in the gym, in your career, in your social life. But the dating thing is the one thing that's not connecting. I guarantee you it's everything we are talking about on this channel. Now guys, if you're struggling with the text game, because trust me, no one was struggling more with the text game than I was at a certain point. Check out the guy, link in the description. You don't even need to sign up for an account. Just click the link. You can paste in any new match you have. You can get an analysis of any chat that's currently in progress, and you'll get lines sent to you that are gonna help you navigate the text game, get out of your own way, start being fun, start being flirty, and start actually going out on the dates with the women that you really want to go out with. Trust me, it's life-changing. So yeah, that's all for me in this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Peace out.